Today, I want to talk about this book, Everything is Fucked, a book about hope from Mark Manson. This guy wrote two books, number 1 and number 2. But today I want to talk about this second one. There are two chapters, atheist ideas. Chapter number 4 and chapter number 5. Don't read it, but another one is good. We as Muslim, we have two hope in our life. First, worshipping Allah is the only constant in every Muslim. This is the first hope in our life. Most too, we have secondly hope in our life. It does not matter whether person is a Muslim or non-Muslim, he must have a hope. First, I want to explain the meaning of hope. There are things makes you wake up every morning, makes you walking. Life without it is meaningless. Some examples to explain the meaning of hope. The other fights against the idea of nihilism. Let's explain the meaning of nihilism. We were created without a purpose or meaning in life. We are just matter. And you can say that if you do not have a hope in life, you will become depressed. And this is one of the forms of hope that the human brain gives to a person. So, your hope become to get rid of the diseases. This explains why people who do not have a religion, who are atheists, have a high rate of stress, depression, and suicide.
I'm an atheist. I don't believe in about 2,700 gods.
Atheists have a higher rate of suicide compared to Muslim. To a group that has the same values that you want to achieve. The third principle. If you see a person smoking or drinking alcohol, you will say, this person did not control himself, did not control his desires. Everyone says, if you want to get rid of these bad things, you have to get rid of your desires. Another example. You want to go to the gym. You must get rid of feelings of fear and laziness in order to go to the gym. This is the thought that says that the logical mind is stronger than the mind that feels. And if you want to succeed, you have to get rid of these bad feelings. This thinking is called the classic assumption. First, I want to explain that our brains are divided into two two brains. Logical brain. The logical brain is responsible for facts, logic, and ideas. The brain that feels is responsible for feelings. If you want to succeed, the logical brain must control the feeling brain, and this is wrong. First, the brain that feels is the controlling brain. It is the brain that controls the car. Notice in your day that every action is a feeling and emotion. If you get rid of the brain that feels, you'll become a person who is enabled to evaluate values and can't prefer one value over another. The question is how the mind that thinks directs the mind that feels. First, you must deal with the brain that feels a language it understands, which is the language of feelings. I'm going to give you some ways that you will deal with the brain that feels. If you want to go to the gym, your brain that feels will show feelings of laziness and fear. Your logical brain mentions the brain that feels the feelings that it will get after completing the exercise. For example, how will I feel when I'm the strongest person in the class at school? How will my feeling toward my body be? How will my self-confidence be? And if I exercise, I will empty my negative energy and I will feel positive energy. The logical brain has a very powerful quality of giving meaning. You want to go to the gym? The brain that will feel will show bad feelings. The logical mind gives meaning of these feelings. For example, you will feel lazy. You give meaning to these feelings and say this laziness is sign of change or feelings of laziness. Another example, this will not make us proud of ourselves. One of the good tricks in facing feelings is to start with a very simple action, because simple action makes us feel accomplished. You want to go to the gym? Just wear the clothes gym, and after that you will feel accomplished and you will go to the gym. There are many clips on YouTube that explain the topic, such as 5-second rule and 2 minutes rule. The fourth principle: value. Something that makes you prefer some things over some things. Value makes you know what matters most to you. Value makes you do things that distinguish you from others. First, values are created because of something called moral gaps. Moral gaps mean poise and balance. For example, I hate you. Now, a moral gap has created between us, and you will balance these moral gaps. A form of balance: hit me, complaints, you raise a legal case. Positive moral gaps: read a book. This book will give me a lot of information and benefit, as it creates positive moral gaps, and I will work to balance them. Example for balancing: you spend money on books, devote a lot of time to books, separate the idea of reading among people. And here we discover that the moral gaps are nothing but experience that we go through. If you want to change your values, change your view of old experience and create future stories. How to create yourself a future story in order to create value? According to the author, imagine the future while you do this value. From my point of view, this method is great, but at the same time you have to take some steps. For example, you want to the value to be reader. Number 1, imagine your future as you read books. Number 2, take steps. For example, pay books, follow YouTube channels talking about reading, sitting with people who have access to books. formula of humanity. This formula says that people should be purpose, not instrument. For example, you use the car key and the car. These are all instruments to achieve a big purpose is sandwich. But you want to give the sandwich to your friend. You use the sandwich as instrument to make your friend happy, and your friend become the purpose. But you can use your friend's happiness as instrument to another purpose. For example, he gives you money or provide you service. This is bad. You consider people as purpose, not instrument. And when you give, you never expect a response.
وداعا إلى اللقاء في موعد جديد يطيب في